Hello, good afternoon. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Brenda Banda, and today I will be informing you a little bit about the life of Queen Elizabeth II. Who was Queen Elizabeth? How did she become queen? How long was she queen for? What was her role as queen of the United Kingdom? Her parents were a Duke and Duchess of York. Born a princess on April 21st, 1926, by the name of Elizabeth Alexandra Mary. At the time of birth, most people did not realize, did not even think that Queen Elizabeth would be Queen of the United Kingdom one day. The first decade of her life, she had many royal privileges. She got to enjoy life without a lot of the pressure that she would have later when she would become queen in her adult life. Growing up, Queen Elizabeth and her sister Margaret lived with their parents in two of their houses. They had a house in London, and they had a house in Royal Lodge. While always traveling back and forth from house to house, Queen Elizabeth and her sister Margaret were educated by tutors at home. Some of the courses that they took were French, mathematics, and history. Margaret and Elizabeth, as children, also enjoyed dancing, singing, and art lessons. The first decade of her life, like mentioned, she enjoyed life without the pressure. She never imagined that she would become queen. It was unexpected. She had a little chance of assuming that she would ever accept the throne. Even though she was related to Queen Edward VIII, who was king at that time, was her uncle, brother to her father, George. King Edward abdicated throne to Mary Wallis Simpson. Later, throughout the years, King Edward became sick, then became very sick, ill, and passed away. Once King Edward passed away, Queen Elizabeth's father became king. So now it was King George. Being Elizabeth's father king, she took the throne and became queen. She was a queen for a little over 70 years. She assumed responsibility of becoming queen back in February 6, 1952. At the age of 25, she inherited the throne, and at the age of 7, she had a coronation ceremony. 27, I'm sorry. She was crowned June 2nd, 1953. She was the longest to hold reign monarch in history. Her throne seemed for so long that it seemed that she had reigned the United Kingdom. In addition, she was primarily symbolic. She had many roles as a queen. One of her roles was to provide stability. Another role was to help monetize the British monarchy. Her role was to represent the United Kingdom nationally and internationally. Another role, very important role, was she was head of the Commonwealth. Ultimately, another role was she took serious interest in government and political affairs. Lastly, Queen Elizabeth II, one of the longest reigned in history. Minnie Rose, but most importantly, as mentioned before, was head of the Commonwealth. In conclusion, it was not easy being a queen. She had big responsibilities and had big roles to fit in. It consisted of many roles, as well as to always represent their country, the United Kingdom. At www.timemagazine.com, author Moises Mendez II mentions who was Queen Elizabeth II and what were her roles as a queen. Another website was history at www.history.com. Author mentions how she became queen. In third website was www.parade.com. Author Jessica Sager mentioned how long she was queen of the United Kingdom.